So anyway, the dealing range high here. Why is it? What makes this a dealing range high? Well, we're moving from this low all the way up here into this inefficient. I'm going to have to drag this down a little bit. Sorry. All these inefficiencies here. This one. We're trading up into that. Okay. This candle's high. If you're looking right here, right underneath the word it says NASDAQ, right there, you're looking at that value. The high is 17,724 even. And what does that say? 17,724 and a half. That's all it takes, folks. It has to clear a high to do what? To engage opposing liquidity. When you have that, if you're bearish, you want to see it does it displaced lower. Displacement is movement one-sided and heavy, in this case because we're bearish. If it was moving higher, it would be steady and consistently moving higher. Well, we're bearish. I've been bearish. My students know I've been bearish. I told you on the eclipse day that we're going into a seasonal tendency to move lower. This bump above that high, once it starts making lower lows, we're aiming for this to be swept. It does. Now, to get in sync post 8:30 news release, we go back through that range. That high is the highest high of the dealing range. That low is the low of the dealing range. Why? Because we've taken the buy side here and we've taken sell side. So it has engaged what? Both sides of the market, short term. What time frame? The 5-minute. Why 5-minute ICT? I told you earlier in the video. In this live stream, if you're looking at high impact news driver days, at the time of the release, minimum 15 minutes, you can't be underneath a 5-minute chart. Otherwise, you're going to get beat up with the spottiness and price action. 30 minutes for good measure. Okay, so for anyone that's, I'll just say this, every one of you as a student of me should just use wait 30 minutes. I personally like to use 15 minutes and I create all this stuff. So if I'm telling you I'm willing to wait 15 minutes after the news release, so in this case it would be 8:45, then I can start looking at a less than 5-minute chart. So I can look at a 4-minute chart, I can look at a 3-minute chart, 2-minute, 1 minute, and less than 1 minute. Okay, so there has to be rules, folks. If you don't have boundaries and you don't have barriers to prevent you from forcing something to give you information that it's not likely to be good data, it's not influential enough for me to trust it on a 30-second chart because of the very nature of the high impact news driver. It's designed to run wide, wider than you're probably going to expect it to seek liquidity. Okay. And it can many times go beyond where you think it might just reach for a premium array if you're bearish or a discount array and be bullish, and then go right to where your stop loss would be because you're trying to anchor it to a 30-second chart because you're thinking I can do 15 contracts in my funded account because I'm using a 30-second chart and my stops are small. Well, you're asking the market to bend to your will in a level of precision that's going to evade you more times than not because of the very underlying characteristics of the time, the session, and because of the high impact news driver day. And if you want to arm wrestle that, you're welcome to do that. Welcome. Go ahead and do it. And lose your ass like I did a lot of times as a 20-year-old. And then come back and regret and say, you know what, ICT, I'm typing you this email and you said I was going to do this and feel like this and I should have listened to you. Right. Because I have scores of that every single week. People coming back to me and saying, I breezed through your content. Thank you so much for it. And Mike, by the way, thank you for the gift card. Please don't take this as an invitation to send me stuff. But I threw away the envelope. Usually I mail back a thank you or whatever. And I didn't see an email address or an online name or something. I could just reach out to you that way in the comment section on the YouTube channel. But you know who you are. I've had their crab cakes. I don't think they're the best. I think Ruth Chris down on Water Street has the best crab cake, but I'm biased. But it was good. Thank you so much. My wife enjoyed it. But so I know when you get into a live session with me, I'm all over the place. Like, can't you stay on point? I'm on point. You got to catch up and keep up. But when we have both sides of the marketplace swept, we have it here, there.